I need more leads. That's literally what every single business owner is telling you when you're having a conversation with them about your marketing services. They don't care how they get more leads. They just want more leads. Doesn't matter if it's GHL, a new website, SEO, or paid ads. They are looking for you to supply the answer and the solution to their biggest problem, which is getting more leads. The problem is most marketers just like you have no idea which package or set of services is going to meet their goals. That's where I can help you. My name is Adam McChesney, and over the last 6 years, I've sold millions and millions of dollars of digital marketing to over 500 clients. I have literally sold and tried every package or service under the sun, and I've learned a lot of valuable lessons along the way. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to package your services and to make sure you're going after the right clients so that everyone wins. Now let's go make some money.
We are going to dive into all of the different services and packages in which I've sold as a digital marketing agency owner. Now, there is plenty of other services that are out there. There are plenty of other ways in which you can sell this stuff. I'm going to give you what's worked for me, because what's worked for me may work for you. You may be able to put your own twist on it. But I learned from so many people getting started on what to sell, how to sell, and I'll be honest, none of them were actually doing it. So I had very, very little success in the beginning because I was following an unproven or at least an outdated strategy. These are strategies that I'm using right now to get the most revenue for myself and for my agency, but the best results for my clients. So as we dive in, we're going to talk about all of these different services. So first and foremost, GHL and SaaS, which is the foundation for pretty much every package that we sell. Then we have website hosting and maintenance. Now, typically we're including this in our SEO package, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, but a lot of people can and will do this one-off. We have website design, so everything from a simple landing page or a funnel all the way through a 25-page custom website built in WordPress. We have Google Business Profiles, basically taking care of the profile, posting once a week, potentially responding to reviews, but you can do that inside of Go High Level, as well as making sure that the name, address, and phone number is accurate and legitimate across a whole slew of different directories. Then we have SEO, which again can be very complex in terms of the specific package you want to offer, but we'll talk about some of the different packages and styles that we have based on very, very local, simplistic websites all the way through national campaigns. And then we'll talk about Google Ads management. So some different pricing models around that, as well as very similar with Facebook or Instagram ads. Now, I'm not going to go in and say, hey, here's what you need to have in your SEO package. Here's what you need to have in Google Ads, because there are so many different ways to skin a cat and to get results. And we can talk about those in future videos. But my whole goal with this channel, as you've seen in this video and previous videos, is once you have the basics down, how do you go make more money with this, right? It's great if you can, okay, this SEO is getting us the best results and things like that, but it's really about how you're packaging your services. So if I have to tell you that you need to post to your client's Google Business Profile once a week, or you need to do this backlink strategy or add this piece of content, we can do that, but ultimately you need to get the client first, right? So that's going to be what's most important. So we're going to dive into all that stuff here. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is GHL and SaaS. And so the way in which I look about this is it's the foundation to lowering client agency churn. One of the biggest issues that I've had over the last couple of years is how do I find ways to make sure that we're not just generating leads, but we're also squeezing the juice out of every single lead. And so many of our clients have industry-specific CRM platforms, but they never did what GHL did. So by implementing this and having our clients sign up for this, they are able to basically have us generate the leads, have GHL capture them, and to close more sales in the process. Now, you can offer different tiers to this. So if you're white labeling GHL for your clients, meaning you're creating a sub account under your white label agency, you can create different pricing models. You can have a very basic model that includes just minimal features. So a couple of different things like the ones we've talked about in the past with missed call text backs, workflows and automations, some of the stuff with AI and reviews and things like that. Like you could do, hey, here's what you get for this basic option. Then you can do a little bit more of a pro package, right? Where you have all of the features or more features, right? And then you can go into something advanced where it's like, hey, you have literally everything under the sun inside of GHL, but we're also going to support you. So you have questions and different things. So basically you're not just offering everything out of the box inside of GHL or your white labeled SaaS with inside of GHL for a very, very low fee. Your time is worth something and people will take advantage of it, especially if you go after the low ticket stuff. So there's also custom, which is like, hey, I'm a roofing company and I need a custom CRM built out in Go High Level to match up our workflows, our systems in how we're integrating this other thing. I need API stuff. I need all these different things, right? That's more of a custom project. And my recommendation to you is based off of my experiences, don't become a custom CRM design company unless you are set on that and you love to do that. The reason is because, again, those are more one-time projects, which I'm not against those by any means, but I don't recommend it, as well as it can be just a lot of work. And if you're the one building all those things out, it's going to take away from where you're going to be able to make some more money. So based on those three different options, right? Basic, Pro, and Advanced, I recommend selling it from $97 a month to $500 a month. Now, moving on to website hosting and maintenance. So when you're building a WordPress website, for example, every freaking website out there needs to be hosted on a platform. So whether you build out the website in GHL has their own hosting, from there, you can build it out in Weebly or Duda or GoDaddy or all those platforms. You're paying a fee to one of those platforms. So many people think, oh my gosh, the domain is hosting. These are two completely different things. Now, you can also have a slew of different packages here, right? You can say, hey, very similar to our SaaS package, we have 4 different options for website hosting and maintenance. That's way too much. I said just offer one plan, charge $100 a month for basic hosting and maintenance. Think of this as like a peace of mind package for them. Sure, they can go do it on any of the major platforms for $10 to $30 a month, but they're not going to go in and do the backups. They're not going to know what to do if something happens with their website. Just take care of this for them and do it for $100 a month. And then offer additional website support at an hourly rate of anywhere from $100 an hour on up, depending upon if you're doing the work or you have someone on your team doing the work, or just say project based. So, hey, I need to add a bunch of pictures, or I need this changed. I need X, Y, and Z. Okay, that's going to cost this. Now, I go back and forth between don't nickel and dime people and charge what you're worth. And if someone's taking advantage of your hosting and maintenance package, like absolutely charge them for that. If somebody says, hey, I don't offer this service anymore, can you delete this page or can you hide this page? Or we changed up our verbiage here, blah, blah, blah. I typically just don't charge extra for that. Now, there's pros and cons to that. I get a lot of good reviews. Customer support is through the roof. The experience is awesome. But I also probably don't charge as much as I should in certain instances. So take it for what it's worth, use your best judgment and go from there. Now, those other things are foundational things, right? Like you need to have them, but this is really where the foundation is set from like hey, how well are our campaigns gonna perform? And so you can have something as simple as like a landing page or a funnel, build those things out and Go High Level or WordPress, $500 to $1,000, depending upon the complexity of the platform and all those different things one time. And so for all of these things, my clients own their website once we launch and build this thing. I don't recommend doing a rental model. I don't recommend going down any sort of path in which you own the website, other than if somebody is on a payment plan because they can't afford your website pricing up front. Then go ahead and say, hey, you will own the website after 6 months once it's paid off. But don't have them do infinite where they're continuing to rent the website. It's a terrible situation for you and for the client. Not so terrible situation for you, just not good business. But once we take a look at kind of everything we're doing here, and I talk about this in package suggestions here in a little bit, I typically don't love doing website design in one-off situations, but if I do, here's the pricing. I typically will then bake in a bunch of stuff into a monthly retainer in a package where you can get a new website. Now, based on all of these different things, again, the focus is how do we build out something that puts us in a great position to win with SEO and paid advertising. I'm for path of least resistance. If somebody comes to me with an already existing website that I don't have to redesign, a lot of marketing companies will just say, hey, because I didn't build the website, we're going to have to redesign it. And that is way overused. If the website sucks, if the website is on Wix, GoDaddy, Squarespace, any of those platforms, or an outdated version of WordPress, or the client just does not like the way their website looks, redesign it. But if they come to you and they're like, Adam, I'm looking for you to make the best suggestion for my company, put yourself in my shoes as the business owner. Would you redesign the website, or would you just optimize it and re-optimize it for SEO? So think about it like that. And then these are the different price points and packages: 8, 15, and 25 pages, as well as obviously custom if it's above that, anywhere from $2,500 to $8,000 and beyond. Again, one time. Google Business Profile, I just recommend one package at $4.99 a month. And I very rarely recommend selling this, usually just because it's a part of the larger SEO plan. But if someone's like, hey, I can't afford, SEO packages at $17.50 a month, then I need something a little bit before, and I don't want to just not do anything at all. Okay, great. We can do $4.99 a month. We'll post your Google Business Profile once a week. We'll respond to reviews. We'll do X, Y, and Z with your citations. So this works for people who can't afford a larger plan or package as it relates to that. Now, here is some of the different SEO packages and options that I typically recommend and sell. So I have local versus national, and local versus national really just means, okay, hey, are we in one local market like St. Louis, or are we all over the country? And so there's a variety of different ways to look at this. I typically will also charge additional if they have an extra Google Business Profile, usually anywhere from $500 to $750 a month on top of this. But let's just say we have a local company and we have two different packages. The difference in all of these packages is really just based on the amount of content, from new website content to backlinks to press releases, all that stuff that needs to get maneuvered based on how much they're paying us. So these packages will start at $17.50 a month on a local level, go up to $2,500. And we typically do a one-time setup just to get everything assisted and optimized together with our lead tracking dashboard and just all the stuff that we have to do internally when we bring on a new client. From there, we have our national package. 3 different packages ranging from $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month, to $5,000 a month. Again, literally the same things you're going to get in those local packages, just more of literally everything. And then also a one-time setup of $500. From there, Google ads and Facebook ads are kind of one and the same in terms of how I look at them. I've done 2 different models in the past in terms of what I've charged. Percentage of ad base being like, hey, if you spend $3,000 a month, we're going to charge you 15%. And the percentage points a range based on pretty much any agency that you talk to. I like to go for range-based pricing. Reason being is that if somebody scales up, right, and they do it in the middle of the month, as long as they're still in that tier, we're not having to say, hey, you're going to have to pay X. And if you do a percentage-based ads model, you could charge them up front saying like, hey, you said you're going to spend $3,000. We're going to charge you X. But let's just say they don't. Let's say they underspend or overspend. Then you have to adjust literally on the fly. And so it's just not fun to deal with, at least in my opinion. So I charge anywhere from $8.99 a month all the way up to $3,000 based on these different tiers, plus a setup fee, 0 to 1K, 1 to 3K, 3 to 6, 6 to 10, and then custom pricing above and beyond that. That is typically what I recommend you all do as well. Literally the exact same stuff for Facebook ads. So nothing super different, except for obviously it's a separate platform. Now, some main principles to think about. So you got to know the different services that I sell and that I have sold. Always go for retainer work. Like one-time projects, just in my opinion, aren't worth it 99% of the time. Now, I just recently sold a website where the guy's like, hey, I just don't have the money to do the SEO stuff right now, but like put it in writing that I will do it on January 1st. So versus us wait to January 1st because the client could back out, a lot of different things could change, right? I'd rather get them the website design now, and then moving forward, we'll probably have it ready to go and launched at the time of recording this video by like December 1st at the latest. They now have a month where their website's going to get re-indexed and all that stuff with the new stuff. Would it be better for us and for them if we started the SEO right after the website launch? Absolutely, of course, but we don't want to wait right? Like we want to take the opportunity now. And so they've already committed to doing that. That's an instance where I would take on that one-time project right now and then go do the other stuff further. Don't sell the wrong package to the wrong client. Sell the right package to the right client, or don't sell it at all, and you'll thank me later. And so what I mean by that is I'm going to talk about some different packages and what I'm hearing them tell me and how I'm positioning stuff. So 3 different packages as we close this up. If someone is giving you off the vibe that I can be patient, I just signed up a national SEO client, one of our biggest clients we've ever signed up. And it was like, hey, I don't need this thing to pay off for literally 12 to 18 months. Okay, great. We didn't need to rebuild the website because they already have a quality one. We are going with an SEO plan and they're already using GHL. Super simple and easy. So package 1 is they understand the benefit of SEO. They understand the long game. They don't need return on investment yesterday. And so sometimes I'm putting a package together with a 25-page website if needed. Again, we kind of talked about before, if we don't need to redesign a new website, don't do it. Then we include SEO. Then we have GHL as a component of that as well. So package number 1, honestly, my favorite one. And even if people are patient, right? And they say, hey, but let's also do Google ads. Let's do Facebook ads as well. Of course, we can add those things on. But based on what they're telling me, if they can be patient, I don't just want to run and go do Google ads if I don't have to and they're not already doing it. Package number 2, let's turn up the heat a little bit, right? So a lot of times you can upgrade somebody from package 1 to package 2. Of course, it's going to be more money for you. They're going to spend more money. But this is more of like, hey, like I understand the long game, but I also want to start to test out and get some things going right now. Again, the only difference here is adding in Google ads. So based on, again, I'm not going to tell you where to price these things. You kind of saw where I charge based on all those different things. You have your own pricing models, but these are the components, right? Foundational things that you need to have inside of these packages. And then package number 3 is I need leads yesterday, right? So again, might have to redesign a new website, definitely doing SEO for long-term. Like I'm really not selling anything as it stands today in our business without SEO, because you always, like, I'm a huge believer. I know it works. And we just have a great strategy with it. But if they also need some of that other stuff, Google ads and Facebook ads with GHL. Now, again, the Google Business Profile offering I talked about earlier is included in the SEO package. Website hosting and maintenance is included in the SEO package. So everything I talked about, I'm still actively selling and selling a lot of it. Now, again, all of these things are going to be based on your expertise, on what you're able to actually fulfill on. But I would go find ways in order to put something like this together so that way you can get the best results for your clients. That way you can sell the right packages to the right people and make the most money in the process.
And there you have it. I just went over all of the different services that I've sold as a digital marketing agency. I've talked about how to package them all together, when to sell them, how to sell them, and who to sell them to. This is a win-win for everybody. This way you know that you're exactly selling the right service based on your prospect's needs. So no more having to wing it, no more having to throw a dart at a dartboard blindfolded. You now know from someone that sold millions and millions of dollars of digital marketing exactly how to do this. You'll set your clients up for success, they'll turn into your best referral partners, and ultimately your business will grow in the process. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to check out our ROI calculator by going to buildauthority.co/ROI. You'll also see a link to that in the description of this video. Now let's go make some money.